I poured myself a cup of coffee and glanced at the clock. 7:15, I muttered. Jessica would be up soon, probably humming her way into the kitchen. My life felt ordinary, maybe even boring, but I liked it that way. Stability was comforting. "Morning," she said, stepping in, hair perfectly tousled. "Did you sleep well?" "Yeah," I smiled, trying not to notice the faint crease on her forehead. "You?" "Of course," she said, reaching for her coffee cup, though she paused, glancing at her phone. "Busy day ahead." I raised an eyebrow. "You look tired. Late night again?" "Nothing you need to worry about," she replied, voice casual, brushing past me. Something about the tone felt off, but I shook it away. Maybe I was imagining things. Mark burst in through the door, backpack slung over one shoulder. "Yo, you ready for lunch later?" "Sure," I said, trying to sound casual. "Still good for the burger place?" "Always," he laughed. "Don't tell me you're going soft now." "I've been busy," I replied, sipping my coffee. "You know, responsibilities." Jessica leaned against the counter, smirking. "Someone's grown up." "Hey," I teased, "I still know how to have fun." Mark grinned. "That's what I like to hear. By the way, Jess, we still on for poker night this weekend?" Jessica's smile faltered just slightly. I don't think so. I've got plans." "Plans?" I asked. "Everything okay?" "Yeah, it's nothing," she waved it off. "Really?" I nodded, but the pit in my stomach didn't go away. Something about the way she said it felt like a warning. Later, as I got ready for work, I noticed her phone light up on the counter. A message popped, but she whisked it away before I could see. "Who's that?" I asked, curious. "Just a friend," she said too quickly. "Nothing important." I smiled, but my mind was already racing. Everything felt normal, but my gut said otherwise. At the office, Mark and I reviewed the project. "Man, you're on fire today," he said. "Seriously, how do you keep it together?" I shrugged. "Routine. It's all routine." "Yeah, but it's more than that. You've got a balance I envy," he said quietly, leaning back in his chair. "You lucky man." I looked down at my hands. "Maybe. I just try to keep everything steady." That evening, I came home to Jessica humming again. She greeted me warmly, but the smile didn't quite reach her eyes. "Dinner's almost ready," she said, then excused herself quickly when her phone buzzed. I sat alone for a moment, sipping wine, thinking maybe I was overreacting. "Everything's fine," I told myself. But deep down, something told me it wasn't. Mark called later. "Man, you okay? You seem quiet." "Yeah," I said, forcing a grin. "Just tired." "All right," he said. "Don't work too hard. See you tomorrow." I hung up and stared at Jessica's empty spot on the couch. I wanted to trust her, I really did. Everything in me screamed she was hiding something, but I brushed it aside. My life was perfect, or at least I thought it was. I wasn't supposed to check her phone. I told myself that 100 times as I picked it up from the counter. But the vibration, the way she snatched it away yesterday, gnawed at me. I unlocked it, heart hammering. A flood of messages hit me. One contact kept popping up. "Alex." I scrolled quickly, my stomach twisting. Every text was intimate, familiar in ways that should have been mine. "Hey, can't wait to see you tonight," one read. Another, "I missed you so much." I sank into the chair. "No, this can't be real," I whispered. The door clicked and Jessica walked in humming. "What are you doing?" Nothing," I stammered, sliding the phone onto the table. "Just checking something." Her smile faltered for a split second. "Checking what?" "Just messages," I said, carefully testing her. "Did you get a lot today?" I don't know," she said too quickly. "Just normal stuff. Work, friends, nothing important." I watched her, heart pounding. "Friends? That's what you call Alex?" She froze. Her eyes darted to the phone. It's nothing serious. I promise." "Nothing serious?" I leaned forward, voice tight. "He's texting you like he's part of your life. Like he's part of me." Her lips pressed into a thin line. "You're overreacting." "Am I?" I whispered, disbelief dripping from every word. "I see your text, Jess. I see him in our lives, our home." She looked away, small sigh escaping her lips. I don't know what you want me to say." I stood abruptly. "Say the truth. Say that you've been seeing him. Just say it." Jessica didn't answer. She didn't even blink. Silence filled the room like a heavy weight. My mind raced. My heart felt like it had been ripped out and stomped on. "How long?" I asked finally, voice low, almost shaking. "A few months," she muttered, barely audible. A few months. I shouted, staggering back. Do you realize what this means? Everything we had, gone? I didn't mean for it to happen, she said, tears forming. It happened. I laughed bitterly. Happened? Betrayal doesn't just happen, Jess. People don't just choose to crush someone they supposedly love. She stepped closer. I'm sorry. I don't want your sorry, I snapped. I want my life back. I want us back. I want honesty. She flinched, then went quiet. I could see it in her eyes, the guilt but also defiance. Alex's name on her phone suddenly seemed like a knife twisting deeper inside me. Later that evening, I left the apartment under the pretense of work. I needed to see him, the man who had inserted himself into my marriage. I found him at a cafe, leaning back in his chair, smirking at his phone. He looked exactly as I imagined. Confident, cocky, the kind of man who thrived on attention. Alex. I called, keeping my voice calm. He glanced up, eyebrows raising. Can I help you? Yes. You can stop texting my wife, I said, trying to keep my rage in check. He laughed, tilting his head. Or what? You gonna make me? My fists clenched. You have no idea what you're dealing with. He smirked, utterly unbothered. Relax, man. She's here by choice. Don't act like she's yours anymore. I swallowed the lump in my throat, anger flaring. This isn't over. He shrugged, leaning back as if mocking me. Sure. Not my problem if you can't handle it. I left, my hands shaking, fury and heartbreak coursing through me. The betrayal wasn't just hers, it was his too, flaunting himself like he owned what was mine. By the time I got home, the apartment felt suffocating. Jessica was there, pretending to read, but I didn't look at her. I sat on the couch, staring at nothing, whispering, I'll make them regret this. I swear. I sat at my desk, staring at the screen, but nothing registered. Emails blurred, numbers lost meaning. Mark popped in, grinning like nothing was wrong. Hey man, lunch? He asked. Not hungry, I muttered. He raised an eyebrow. Everything okay? You've been off lately. I'm fine, I said quickly, too quickly. Just tired, that's all. He said, unconvinced. You sure? Yeah, Mark. I'm sure. He shrugged and left, but his doubt lingered in the air like smoke. I stared at the empty office and thought about Jessica. About Alex. About every little thing I'd ignored before. Later, Sarah from accounting stopped by. You look stressed, she said gently. Is everything all right at home? I laughed bitterly. Home? That's a joke right now. She frowned. I mean, maybe you should talk to her? Or take a day off. Clear your head. I don't need advice, I snapped. Immediately, I regretted it, but the anger wouldn't stay buried. Thanks, Sarah. Really? But no. She nodded slowly, sensing she'd overstepped, and walked away. I clenched my fist. Everyone around me seemed oblivious, incapable of seeing what was happening. Mark came back later with a beer in hand. Dude, relax. You've been pacing all day. You need a break. I don't need a break, I said. I need clarity. Mark laughed, shrugging. Clarity? That's heavy. You always overthink. Overthink. I leaned close, voice low. I know my wife's been lying. I know someone else is in my life where they don't belong. And you tell me I overthink? Mark froze, eyes widening. Whoa. What are you saying? You've noticed nothing? I demanded. Not a single thing? I didn't want to pry, he said, voice hesitant. I shook my head. That's the problem, Mark. Everyone sees what they want to see. Everyone misses what matters. Everyone, I stopped myself. The frustration was eating me alive. I left the office early and walked down the street, the cold air hitting my face, but it didn't help. Every glance felt like judgment. People whispered. Or maybe I imagined it. But every laugh behind a window, every passing glance, felt like betrayal. I dialed Jessica, my hands trembling. Jess, we need to talk. Not now, she said, irritation clear. I'm busy. I gritted my teeth. Busy? Busy with him, maybe? There was a pause. Then, don't be ridiculous. Ridiculous? I laughed bitterly. You've already lied for months. How is it ridiculous to say it out loud now? You don't understand, she snapped. It's complicated. Complicated? I shouted. It's betrayal. That's not complicated. That's deliberate. I hung up, shaking. Alone. Isolated. The weight of everything pressing down like lead. I realized the cracks weren't just in my marriage, they were everywhere. Friends blind. Colleagues distant. A world that seemed safe now felt like quicksand. I stopped walking, fists clenched. No, I whispered. I won't let this break me. They think they can underestimate me, humiliate me, control me. They're wrong. I'll make them regret every second. My eyes scanned the street, calculating. Faces, places, moments, I'd remember everything. Every lie, every careless glance, every betrayal. I'll get it all back, I muttered, voice cold, determined. Everything they took from me. And when I do, they'll see. The sun was setting, casting long shadows. I welcomed them. Shadows suited me now. They matched the way I felt inside, dark, simmering, ready to strike. I walked home, silent, imagining my revenge, letting it grow, letting it consume me. For the first time since everything fell apart, I felt alive. I met Alex again 3 days later like it was an accident. I walked into the gym he liked, nodded once and waited. He smirked first. Well, he said. If it isn't the husband. I kept my voice calm. Relax. I'm not here to fight. He laughed. Good. I don't punch down. Funny, I replied. Jessica says you're insecure. His smile twitched. She tells you that? She tells me everything, I lied. Alex stepped closer. You sure you want to play this game? I'm not playing, I said. I'm observing. He rolled his eyes. Look man, she chose me. That's life. Life, I repeated. You live on credit, don't you? He stiffened. What? The car, I said casually. Leased. Late payments. Bad interest. You stalking me now? He snapped. I shrugged. Numbers talk. People brag. He scoffed, but his jaw tightened. You don't know anything. Maybe, I said. Or maybe you talk too much. I left him standing there, angry and confused, and it felt good. Small but good. That night, Jessica sat beside me on the couch. You've been quiet lately, she said. Work, I replied. Budgets. Forecasts. She smiled, relieved. I knew it. You always stress too much. I watched her scroll on her phone. Still seeing friends after work? Sometimes, she said. Why? No reason, I said. Just curious. She kissed my cheek. You worry too much. If only she knew. The next move was easy. I made a call during lunch. Hi, I said. I'm calling about account discrepancies. The voice on the line hesitated. Which account? The one tied to Alex R., I said calmly. Silence followed. Then, I'll note that. By Friday, I heard him yelling in the parking lot. This is ridiculous, Alex shouted into his phone. I paid that. I walked past him slowly. Rough day. He glared. You did this. Did what? I asked. You're messing with me, he said. I leaned closer. You mess with married women. I mess with numbers. His fists clenched. You think you're smart? I think you're careless, I said. Big difference. Jessica called me that night. Alex is stressed, she said. His finances are a mess. I forced concern into my voice. That's unfortunate. Don't judge him, she snapped. I'm not, I said softly. I'm listening. She sighed. You've been different. So have you, I said. She paused. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing, I replied. Just an observation. When the call ended, I smiled for the first time in weeks. They thought I was blind. They thought I was weak. Alex thought arrogance made him untouchable. Jessica thought I was still the same man from before. I wasn't. This was only the first strike and they hadn't even seen my hand move. I replayed every conversation in my head. You're calm, I told myself. Stay calm. Mark texted me. You okay? Jess seemed tense. I typed back, all good. Just busy. He replied, let me know if you need anything. I scoffed. You wouldn't understand, I muttered. Later, Alex confronted me near the elevators. You enjoying this? He asked. I enjoy truth, I said. And consequences. You think you've won? He said. I think you've started losing, I replied. He laughed, but it sounded hollow. She loves me. I stepped closer. She loves attention. Learn the difference. He went quiet, eyes darting. You're bluffing. Am I? I asked. Check your statements tomorrow. He swallowed hard. You're sick. No, I said. I'm awake. That night, Jessica leaned into me again. Promise me something, she said. What? I asked. Don't do anything stupid. I smiled into the dark. I promise, I said, meaning none of it. I lay awake, counting breaths. This ends my way, I whispered. Slow. Cling. Fair. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Back off, the message read. I smiled. Fear finally sounded honest. I deleted the message. Too late, I said. You started this. Confidence settled in my chest, heavy and steady. I was no longer reacting. I was choosing. And for the first time since the betrayal, control felt real, dangerous, and completely mine. I welcomed the risk, the silence, and the coming storm. At last, I met Liam at a quiet bar where nobody asked questions. He smirked when he saw me. You look like a man with a problem, he said. I look like a man with a plan, I replied. He raised his glass. That's worse. I leaned in. I need help. Liam chuckled. You never ask for help unless blood's involved. Figuratively, I hope. No blood, I said. Just ruin. He nodded slowly. Whose? Alex, I said. And maybe Jessica if she keeps pretending. Liam whistled. That bad. She thought I was broke, I said quietly. She thought I was stupid. He laughed. Most people do. That's your advantage. I pulled out my phone. I know his debts. I know where he lies on applications. I know which friends he lies to. Liam's eyes lit up. You've been busy. I've been patient, I corrected. He leaned back. So what's step 2? Pressure, I said. Slow, public, humiliating pressure. Liam nodded. People crack when they're watched. Exactly, I said. I want him desperate before he realizes why. And her? Liam asked. I exhaled. Jessica lives on praise. She needs to feel admired. So you starve her, he said. I redirect it, I replied. Liam smiled. Dangerous. She underestimates me, I said. That's the trap. We mapped everything with short sentences and long pauses. You leak information, Liam said. But never directly. I let others talk, I said. You make him borrow money, Liam added. I make him fail publicly, I said. And if he suspects? I smile, I replied. Liam laughed. You've changed. I woke up, I said. The next day, Jessica bragged at dinner. Alex might get a promotion, she said. That's great, I replied. He's very ambitious. She smiled proudly. He deserves it. Does he? I asked. She frowned. Why wouldn't he? No reason, I said calmly. Just curious. She studied my face. You've been strange. Have I? Yes, she said. Too calm. I shrugged. Stress management. She laughed, relieved. I wish Alex had that. I almost smiled. Later, Alex called me. Why are people asking about my finances? People talk, I said. You told them, he accused. I don't talk about you, I replied. Why would I? He hesitated. This feels intentional. Maybe you're paranoid, I said. He hung up angry. Perfect. That night, Liam texted me. Near miss. Someone questioned the source. I typed back. Handled? Redirected, he replied. But be careful. I am, I said aloud. Jessica walked in. Who are you texting? Liam, I said. Old contact. She relaxed. Good. For a second I thought. Thought what? Nothing, she said quickly. I watched her lie easily. A week later, Alex lashed out at dinner. You think you're better than me? He snapped. I sipped my drink. I don't think about you. Jessica stiffened. Alex, stop. He pointed at me. He's playing games. Sit down, I said softly. He hesitated, then sat. Liam whispered later. He's unraveling. Good, I said. But you're exposed now, Liam warned. I know, I said. That's the next phase. Once you step fully in, Liam said, there's no pretending. I stopped pretending a long time ago, I replied. That night, I reviewed everything again. Accounts, names, dates, was slow, I told myself. Precise. Jessica slept beside me, peaceful, unaware. I stared at the ceiling. You think I'm broke? I whispered. You think I lost? My phone buzzed. Liam again. Trap is set. I typed. Then we wait. Confidence settled deeper than anger ever had. This wasn't rage anymore. This was design. And design always wins. I spotted Alex at the cafe again, texting furiously. I approached casually, hands in pockets. Hey, I said, smiling. He looked up, irritation flickering. You again? Just passing by, I replied. Busy day. Always, he muttered. I nodded slowly. Funny, Jessica mentioned you were swamped. His eyes narrowed. She talks about me? All the time, I said lightly. She seems invested. Alex laughed nervously. Yeah, well, we care about each other. Care? I repeated. Interesting choice of word. He shrugged. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing, I said softly. Just noticing how devoted she is. You must feel special. He blinked, a slight edge in his voice. I do. I leaned casually against the counter. It's good to be appreciated. She wouldn't want someone who doesn't recognize that. Alex shifted, jaw tightening. You're acting weird. I smiled. Maybe. Or maybe I'm seeing things clearly. Later, Jessica called. You're talking to him again? Casually, I said. Nothing important. She sighed. He's sensitive. Don't push him. I'm not pushing, I replied. Just observing. Her laugh was brittle. Observing? Yes. Seeing patterns. Reactions. How people act when they're pressured. She paused. You're different lately. I've changed, I said. You did too. What's that supposed to mean? Just that I notice when you lie. She froze. Save it, I said. I'm listening, not judging. Yet. At work, Alex called my office. Why are people questioning me? Rumors travel fast, I said. But they're probably harmless. Probably harmless? He snapped. You started this. I didn't start anything, I replied calmly. I just watch. He ran a hand through his hair. You enjoy this, don't you? I enjoy clarity, I said. Clarity? He echoed. Yes. And the way the truth comes out when people are careful, or careless. He went silent. Perfect. Jessica came by my desk that afternoon. Lunch? She asked, trying to smile. I can't, I said. Too busy. Oh, she said, lowering her eyes. I thought, maybe you'd want to join. I'm observing patterns, I said lightly. Observing? She repeated. Yes. You see, people let their guard down when they feel safe. Her hand trembled slightly. She looked away. I didn't know you meant that literally. I leaned forward, voice soft. Sometimes the littlest things reveal the most. A glance, a word, hesitation. She swallowed hard. You've been different. Harder to read. That's the point, I said. That night, Alex confronted me outside the gym. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Not enjoying, I said. Seeing how fragile confidence can be. How arrogance cracks under observation. You're insane, he said, stepping closer. Not insane, I replied. Patient. Careful. Calculating. He shook his head. She loves me. You'll never change that. She loves attention, I said softly. Learn the difference. Alex looked away, lips pressed tight. His smirk was gone. At home, Jessica tried to appear confident, but I noticed the tremor in her hands when she poured wine. You're quiet, she said. I'm thinking, I said. About what? Patterns. Reactions. Choices. She glanced at me, uncertain. You're scary sometimes. I'm aware, I replied. Her laugh was nervous. I meant, in a good way? I smiled faintly. Depends on perspective. I sat back, feeling the tension between us, a delicious, dark pull. Pain lingered, bitterness, betrayal, but now mixed with control, with awareness. Watching them shift, falter, doubt themselves, I realized I was no longer the same man. And yet, a small ache remained. The game had begun and I was winning. I watched from the corner of the restaurant as Alex slammed his glass down, face red. They can't just, he shouted, voice cracking. They already did, I said softly, leaning back. What do you mean? He demanded. The board found the discrepancies, I replied. Funny how numbers tell the truth. He froze. You told them? I didn't tell anyone, I said. They discovered it themselves. You missed a few things. Overspent, overstated, underdelivered. He slammed his fist again. This is insane. Not insane, I said. Predictable. Jessica's voice came through on the phone. Alex, calm down. I can't calm down, he shouted. Everything's ruined. Is it really? I asked quietly. Or did you just forget who you were dealing with? Alex's jaw tightened. You'll pay for this. Maybe, I said, but first, you'll learn. Later, Jessica stormed into my office, face pale. What's happening? Everyone's calling me, yelling. My friends, my family, they're upset. Seems like your world is shifting, I said calmly. She glared. You did this? Not me, I replied. You set the stage. I just watched. Her hands trembled as she clutched her phone. I don't understand. Everything was fine then. Fine? I echoed. You betrayed me. You thought I was weak. And now, you're discovering consequences. I didn't think it would. Didn't think? I said softly. That's the mistake. People always underestimate the quiet ones. Always. Her shoulders slumped. I noticed the cracks she'd hidden so well, hesitation, guilt, uncertainty. Alex appeared behind her, pacing. This isn't just numbers. People are laughing at me. Laughter is often a guide, I said. Shows where arrogance meets reality. He looked at me wide-eyed. You're smiling. Because I know the truth, I said. And the truth is, you're exposed. Jessica's voice broke. I didn't want this. You wanted him, I said. Now see the cost. Alex's phone buzzed nonstop. Messages, calls, warnings. He flinched with every ping. I can't fix this, he cried. You can't fix what you caused, I said. And you thought cheating was clever. You thought lies were safe. Jessica sank into a chair, staring at her hands. I didn't know. You didn't know? I whispered. You knew perfectly well. That's the difference. Alex collapsed into a booth, burying his face in his hands. Everything's gone. How did it happen so fast? I sipped my coffee slowly. Speed isn't always about action. Sometimes, it's about patience. Jessica's sister called, furious. You've humiliated everyone. How could you do this? I didn't do anything, Jessica said weakly. I watched the chaos, savoring the symmetry. Betrayal, arrogance, and lies crashing down like dominoes. Alex looked at me pleading now. Please, help me fix this. I shook my head. Help? You helped yourself. I just let reality play its part. Jessica whispered, voice trembling. What have I done? You betrayed love, I said simply. You underestimated loyalty. Outside, the world moved on, oblivious. But in here I watched them crumble. Every lie exposed, every secret revealed. And I realized, the man I was before, they destroyed him, but the man who remained, he was unstoppable. I closed my eyes, breathing slowly. Pain lingered in my chest, bitter, familiar, but beneath it, something stronger had grown. Patience, calculation, clarity. I would see this to the end. And when I did, no one would forget the cost of betrayal. I waited until they were both home, unaware I was already inside the apartment. Jessica looked up, startled. Why, how did you, she stammered. Relax, I said calmly. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to finish this. Alex stepped forward, chest puffed. You can't just. I can, I interrupted. And I will. Jessica's voice trembled. Please, don't do anything rash. Rash? I asked. You called this normal, didn't you? You chose him. You thought I was broke. You thought I wouldn't notice. Alex laughed nervously. You're overreacting. She's mine now. She was never yours, I said softly. Not really. You just pretended she could be. Jessica fell into a chair, covering her face. I didn't mean. You didn't mean? I echoed. You meant betrayal. You meant lies. You meant thinking you could humiliate me and walk away. Alex clenched his fists. So what? What are you going to do? I smiled faintly. I'm going to show you the cost of underestimating someone you wronged. Cost. Jessica whispered. First, I said, your finances. I handed Alex a folder. Statements. Notifications. Public warnings. He flipped through them, face pale. This is legal? Everything's real, I said. Just consequences. Jessica peeked over his shoulder. Alex, oh my God. He looked at me, rage boiling. You can't. I already did, I interrupted. You forgot one thing. Arrogance hides vulnerability. And you're exposed. Alex's phone buzzed nonstop. Social messages, emails, contacts, all public. What is this? He shouted. Reality, I said softly. Jessica rose, panic clear. You'll ruin everything. You already did, I said. I'm just finalizing it. Alex collapsed into a chair, burying his face. You'll regret this. I don't regret, I said. I learned. I survived. And now, you pay attention to consequences. Jessica's lips trembled. I thought you'd forgive me. Forgive. I laughed bitterly. Forgiveness isn't for cheaters. It's for closure. And I don't owe you that. Alex's eyes darted around, desperate. People will see this. They already do, I said. Humiliation isn't instant. It grows quietly, carefully, until it's undeniable. Your friends, your colleagues, they know. Your lies unravel. Jessica sank onto the couch, trembling. Please, we can fix this. Just stop. I stopped when you stopped caring, I said. Alex groaned. You think this proves anything? It doesn't. It proves truth matters, I replied. It proves choices have cost. Proves. I was underestimated. He stared at me, powerless. Jessica's face mirrored shock and regret. I sat opposite them, calm, collected, the storm finally behind me. I wanted revenge, I said softly. I got it. But it's empty. Satisfaction doesn't erase pain. It doesn't restore trust. It only balances scales. Jessica whispered, voice breaking. I never thought you'd. You never think, I said. That's the difference. Alex muttered. I can't believe this. You should, I said. Belief doesn't protect arrogance. I stood, walking toward the door. Remember this feeling. Remember who underestimated you. And maybe, never make that mistake again. They didn't move. Their world had collapsed. Humiliation, regret, powerlessness, it all hung heavy in the air. Outside I breathed deeply. Cold night air hit my face, sharp but refreshing. Victory tasted hollow but necessary. I whispered to myself, this is justice, my justice. But what comes next is mine to decide. And for the first time in months I felt free. I sat on the balcony, staring at the city lights, thinking about everything that had happened. Months of betrayal, planning, patience, and finally, execution. Liam's message buzzed on my phone. Well done. Drinks soon? I typed back, not yet. I need quiet. Quiet felt good. Necessary. I whispered to myself, I've won, but at what cost? Mark called later. You okay, man? I'm alive, I said. Stronger. Wiser. But tired. You've changed, he said softly. I had to, I replied. Some lessons only hit when you can't ignore them. The apartment was empty now. Jessica and Alex gone, humiliated and stripped of control. Friends turned away. Family distant. I had no one but myself and a few allies who understood the shadows I'd walked. I poured a drink and took a slow sip. Bittersweet, I murmured. Victory tastes different when it leaves scars. Liam stopped by briefly. You sure you're all right? I'm learning to be, I said. You taught me patience, strategy, subtlety. That helped. More than revenge itself. He nodded. Some lessons hurt more than others. I know, I said. But I've grown. Betrayal changed me. I see clearly now who matters, who doesn't, and what I'll never allow again. I walked through the empty rooms, memories flashing. Moments with Jessica, laughter that was a lie, trust that was broken. Pain still lingered, sharp beneath the surface, but it no longer controlled me. Mark texted again, lunch tomorrow? I smiled faintly. Yes, we rebuild. Slowly. I thought about the emptiness. Alone felt heavier but safer. I could breathe, plan, live. My heart still ached, but I understood it better now. Justice isn't perfect, I whispered. It's messy, slow, and sometimes lonely, but it teaches strength. I looked at my reflection in the window. A man hardened but not cruel. Calculating but not broken. A survivor who had learned too much too fast. I set the glass down. Tomorrow is mine. No one can take it. No one can deceive me again. The night wind brushed my face. Come. Free. Strong. And for the first time since everything started, I allowed myself to smile. I had moved on, or at least I was ready to.